Pour a cup of coffee, turn up the metal. If you'd rather drink tea, then put on the kettle. Beers and brews with Melissa Chey. Caffeine and rock and roll, gonna be a good day.
What's up, guys? Good morning. I'm going to be honest with you. I am feeling rough this morning. It's been a long week. It has been quite stressful. And, hopefully the weekend will be a little better. Wow, it says nobody is in here. That's all. Ooh, we got one. Morning. But yeah, this week has been pretty much one kick in the crotch after another, and I'm ready for something to change. Thad, what's up, brother? You know, the week I've had, I'm ready for a freaking vacation. But the first order of business, I wanted to show off two beard scents. One I'm wearing today and the other one I wore last night. If you haven't tried Beards and Barks, I highly suggest you do. I had ordered this one called Bandit, and this is Dennis, the owner. This is his take on a Little Debbie Christmas tree cake scent, and it's fantastic. That's what I'm wearing today. But I really want to talk about this one. This one is called Conway. Conway is peppermint, vanilla, sandalwood, barber's powder, bay rum, and patchouli. It's kind of like a Christmas barber shop. I'm going to tell you something. I put this in my beard last night, and this was like a cool blast. It was like an Arctic blast on my face, in a good way. No burning or anything. It was just a nice, cool bay rum mint. It absolutely fantastic. If you get a chance, I highly suggest you go to the Beards and Barks website and check out his stuff, because everything I've gotten from him is absolutely top notch, and this Conway is amazing. Jake, what's up, brother? Glad to have you back. And I want to touch on something that you were saying before the show started. Jacked Up Leatherworks said, he didn't realize that, being kind of excommunicated from the cool kids side of the beard community would be so peaceful. Absolutely. Let me tell you something. The cool kids side of the beard community ain't half as cool as they think they are. And, when you can get away from that, and you can get away from that drama, and you can get away from the, the cliques and the little, inner groups, man, that's a good thing. One thing I never wanted to do when I got into this, Marcus, good morning. One of the things that I never wanted to do when I got into this, well, it's not a business because I make no money and I'm poor. But when I got into doing reviews and doing shows like this and stuff, I never wanted to be popular. I never, my goal was not to be one of the cool guys that everybody looks up to and everybody goes, oh, that guy knows what he's talking about. Because being in the community as long as I have been, I've noticed that the guys that are like that, the guys that are considered the cool ones, 9 times out of 10, they're probably the most fucked up people in the community. It's like high school all over again, and I'm just not about it. Yeah, hey, Marcus, you gotta just be you. I never got into this for clicks or likes or anything because, quite frankly, and this is not me being, you know, don't take anything I'm saying as, oh, I want praise, because I don't give a shit about praise. But I'm just a small fish in a big ocean. Nobody really gives a flying frig what I really have to say. And, I don't have 10,000, 100,000 subscribers. I don't have any of that. And quite frankly, I'm not sure that I would love to do that. It would be like, it'd be too much, man. Too much work. you know, the Merlito, thank you. Appreciate that. This is a peaky hat. Uh, this is called the Enforcer. And I really, really love this cap. Nice satin liner. Good for mid weather, about like we're having today. Let's see. Marcus, it seems people would grow up at some point and just enjoy things and not cause issues. Well, that's the thing. Some people, uh, that is how they enjoy life, is they cause issues. That's what they feed off of. Um, absolutely. Uh, but you know what? Jacked Up Leatherworks. Let me tell you something, Jacob. You are the cool kids in my book, and we're glad you're here. And we're glad. I'm really glad to see you every time you pop into one of these shows and say hello, because it really, the support is super appreciated. Uh, what are we talking about? Well, right now we're talking about uh, the difference between the cool kids in the beard community and the shunned ones. I'm one of the shunned ones, and I'm good with that. Um, this community is so divided in many ways uh, that if you don't like certain brands, or you don't uh, have a certain type of beard, or if you're not watching the right podcasts or the right uh, people, then you're just not, you're not going to sit at the cool table. Randy R., good to see you, brother. Jacked up. Now let's Let's talk a little bit about coffee. When it comes to coffee, I'm a purist. I don't do sugar in my coffee. I do a little bit of cream. Uh, but I'm gonna tell you, I found this really good stuff, man. It is a cold foam creamer. It's a peppermint mocha, and let me tell you, it's pretty damn good. And for like $3, you get a can that's like this big, and really good for Christmas time coffee. So I highly suggest you try it out. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it's uh, now I'm going to have a brain fart, but I believe it's either uh, coffee. Yeah, I think it's made by Coffee Mate. I'm a big fan of. Well, Marcus, go get some. Go get you some coffee, man. That's what this is about. Um, how's it weather wise where everybody's at? Juniper Mountain Coffee. I have never heard of Juniper Mountain Coffee. Uh, I will have to look that up because I am all about trying new stuff, man. Uh, quite frankly, Folgers. I mean, I'm too poor to buy much anything else right now, so I'm doing the old Folgers, and I'm good with that. Like I said, add a little peppermint mocha to it, and you got yourself a party. Ooh, 20 degrees there? Shit. Yeah, I woke up this morning, it was 39 here, and now it says that it's 44. So I don't know if that's right or not. Yeah, send me a couple of links. I would love to try some new coffees. Um, you know, I'm going to tell you, there's a coffee company. I don't know where they're from, but I was at one of the natural stores that we have around here, and this was last year, and I saw this coffee called Wake and Bake from a company called Terrapin, and I'll tell you what, that was some of the best coffee I've ever had in my life. And when I went back to get more, they were sold out, and they said they didn't know whenever they were going to get any more shipments. So I'm also looking for that. Let's see, but yeah, man, dude, I'm going to tell you, uh, it doesn't seem cold enough, but I did see a couple of little snowflakes this morning, and uh, I'm shocked. Living here in Georgia, it's it's rare this time of year to even see one flake. Randy R, 27 here in West Michigan, 17 earlier this week. Yeah, hey, you know what? I'll tell you what. Fuck that. I left Connecticut for a reason. Uh, didn't Terrapin make beer? I don't know if it's the same company, Marcus. I know there is a Terrapin beer company, but I think they're two different entities. I don't know. Hell yeah, Randy. That's just unacceptable weather right there. Unacceptable. When I left Connecticut, Matter of fact, it was funny the day I left Connecticut, and I remember this specifically back in 1991. When I left Connecticut, I took a train, an overnight train, got a sleeper car, just absolutely wanted to go in style. And the train was delayed uh, in New York on the way down to Georgia because of snowstorm, and it was like -5 out, and they had to like de-ice the tracks and shit. So yeah, I'm glad I'm out of that. Randy, we got to 5 degrees here in Harrison. Well, let me tell you a little bit about what's going to be going on today. Um, we have, of course, Sean Madigan's going to be popping in here as soon as he can. But we also have a guest that's going to be coming in with him. Her name is Melissa Chey. She owns Shey's Rockware, and she makes all sorts of cool little trinkets and jewelry and cool stuff like that. She's really big in the rock and roll community, and she's really sweet girl. And yeah, we're going to be talking about some interesting stuff going on with her and Sean have a project, and you know, uh, so that's basically that. We don't have too many guests on this show. Stacy from Wicked Wednesday popped in last week, and whenever we have somebody that's going to pop in, we like to welcome them. So we hope that when they pop in, you give Melissa a good hello, because I think she's a little nervous about coming on. Yeah, Marcus, we got a couple of necklaces from her. Melissa really, she's a rock and roll hound, man. She goes to shows. She knows. Now I know quite a few famous musicians. I don't name drop. I try not to. I know quite a few famous guitarists, bands. That this girl makes me look like a freaking wallflower, man. She knows so many people in the music business. It's unreal. Uh, you know, every day I'm opening up Facebook and she's got like, pictures of her with, you know, Tom Kiefer from Cinderella, or, somebody like that. So, she's got her finger on the pulse of the music world. That's for sure. Let's see. Yeah, Marcus, she can make some cool stuff. That's for sure. Uh, what else? Let's see. I'm waiting. I was hoping we would see Ronnie in the comments, but I guess she's not in today. I want to tell you something. If excuse me, if you are a fan of uh, Flaming Beard Company, or even if you've never tried them before, ever, do yourself a favor and go to the Flaming Beard website and get you the scent called Allison. It's the charity scent that they did for Allison Need, who is suffering from Niemann-Pick syndrome. Um, Absolutely fantastic scent. Sweet. It's mildly fruity. And it's strong. And every bit of money made from that uh, goes to Allison and her family. So go buy that. Oh yeah, jacked up, man. Rainforest is freaking phenomenal. I only had the half-ounce bottle of that, and I went through it within about 2 weeks. Absolutely smoking scent. The other one that doesn't get enough play, in my opinion, is Folklore. Good Lord, Folklore is good. Uh, I've actually gone through 2.5 bottles of Folklore from Flamin' Beard. Do. Oh yeah, uh, Jacob. Let me tell you, her liquid butter is absolutely fantastic. Uh, let's see, Dead Mush. Have I ever tried LSD? Maybe. That interesting intro question, but uh, since you're going to put it out there, yes, I have tried LSD. I have tried magic mushrooms. I have done a lot of stuff. I have tried a lot of stuff. I'm old. I've been around. Uh, let's see. I'm making your day, huh? Great. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to make everybody's day just a little bit brighter. Tell you a funny LSD story. I was about I was about 23 years old and went to a party, and we were people. It was during the summer, and people had squirt guns, and they were squirting people, and everybody thought, hey, hey, we'll have a squirt gun war. Well, people were filling the squirt guns with liquid LSD and dosing everybody. So that turned into complete chaos. And, well, it was actually kind of fun. What's up, Shaun?
I don't know. Wonder what I just walked into. Water guns and liquid LSD. Sounds
Well,
like a Saturday morning party, man.
Dead Mush popped in, and his very first question, you ever tried LSD?
Gotcha. So what's going on, everyone? Hope everybody's having a good one.
We're trying.
That's it, man. It is snowing like hell here. Well, now it's kind of more rainy garbage crap. 85 degrees. That's what it was yesterday in the town I'm going to move in Florida, and I can't wait, man, because I'm so tired of this crap in Jersey, man.
But, you said it's snowing there?
Yeah, it's like it was, and now it's more like a rainy kind of freezing rain, snowy shit too.
Dude, I came out to set everything up, and I saw a couple of freaking flurry flakes, and I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, man, I'm so not. It's been cold, man. It's been cold already so far this year, man. I ain't with it, man.
Well, it's like 44 here. I didn't think it was cold enough to snow.
Yeah, well, that is weird. Yeah. So, but yeah. So one thing I want to say real quick is that Major Waffle Man in Scallywags. go hit that up, man. It's so many good prizes, and I'm actually really disappointed with the participation in that with the group, man, because there are so many great prizes, and people are standing to win several prizes because the participation's been really like piss poor to help her out with her dad's chemo, man, and it's kind of a little frustrating, but definitely check out that waffle, man. There's so many great prizes. These vendors really came through, man, with a lot of awesome prizes to win, and you got very good chances. So instead of
Oh
buying
yeah.
the scratch off that day for $10, get yourself an entry. $5 every extra entry. You know what I mean? 25 gets you what, 4 entries into it.
Yep.
So yeah. What's up, Marcus? How you doing, bud? Other thing I wanted to get into, man, was that merger, man. Well, that buyout, man. Fucking Netflix, man, buying Warner Brothers for $82 billion, the studios and all the streaming rights, man. That's pretty wild stuff, man. Definitely is pretty wild. Uh, all the studios, all streaming. I think it doesn't cover Discovery. They're gonna spin that into its own company. But I'm
Right.
wondering what it does for like the HBO, and plus a lot of horror franchises are Warner Brothers too, related to it. You know what I mean? So kind of really curious with all that.
Well, I'm actually surprised that, and this is probably because I live under a rock, but I'm really surprised that Netflix had that much money to buy that
Yeah,
conglomerate.
yeah. I mean, I knew they had money, but 82 billion, man, is holy crap. It wasn't that long ago they were begging Blockbuster to buy them. I bet you Blockbuster's kicking themselves in the ass now. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It wasn't that long ago they pitched it to Blockbuster, trying to get Blockbuster to buy them out, man. And take care of for that part of the stream and to be their
Real
stream
quick,
part.
Marcus, yes, the waffle is going on. Absolutely. If you want to throw in on it, there is some freaking fantastic stuff up for grabs.
And a lot of stuff is just added in too, man. Carl threw this nice wallet and thing by knife holder, leather, like bifold everything, like that's in it now. Melissa threw this sweet ass box from Tameless Tallow in. Ronnie threw that etch box, like the 2 gift cards for Valhalla.
Peaky hat,
Wicked Wednesday
funky
as the
brim.
box. Beards and Barks. I mean, all of them.
Yeah, and you got peaky hat, funky brims, mulligan gear, all throwing in stuff.
Swisher, any cap on
Which,
his site. Yeah, Funky Brims is $50 gift card. Peaky's a $50 gift card. Mulligan Gear is any Americana cap that you wish, and Swisher's any cap on the site, including a new one that's going to be dropping, but that you would have to wait for obviously until it comes in. But it's including that. So I
right.
mean, so many like Bane's Blends is in there, like so many prizes, man.
And I'm glad you said something because towards the end of the show, I was gonna shame people anyways.
Yeah, well, I'm not trying to shame nobody, man, but like I am disappointed with the participation in it, man.
No.
'Cause that's what it's really about. The Scallywags, when I started, was really about helping people. And instead of doing like a GoFundMe thing, I thought, well, let's do this waffle thing so people can win prizes and everything, And
Absolutely. Now,
and it's got some people, but it's way less than what I thought it was. Now if I put a post up and say post your selfie, there'll be 12 fucking ones before I finish the post. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
But meanwhile, I post something about helping somebody and it's crickets, man. So let's come together and help her out.
That's the thing. Speaking of helping, when people want to help, and it's it's a weird thing because, like you said, if you said, hey, Black and White Wednesday, let's see them, there's 30 of them immediately. And, all the money is going to be going for a great, great cause. Sky Sidious, member of the group, her father, Herminio, is dealing with cancer and chemo, and they're just trying to pay for it. and every bit is going towards them. There's no fees or any type of percentage that's going to be taken out for anybody. It's all going to them. And let me tell you something. I'm going through a time right now financially that is kicking my ass. And I put up 90% of my cap collection for sale. And I'm going to tell you something. There have been several guys in the community that have just messaged me and said, hey, you know what? Send me your Venmo information. And they sent me, $50 here, $60 there. And they're like, hey, we just want you to keep your caps, man. We just want you to keep, and that's a beautiful thing. But you know what? I'll be honest with you. I don't like feeling like a charity case. Um, it's greatly appreciated, and man, every bit helps. But this is for somebody's life. This is chemotherapy, man. This is uh you know this is somebody that could really, really uh benefit and thrive with a little bit of help. And so I urge everybody to get in on this waffle, because as much as I appreciate people helping me so I can keep my caps and pay some bills, my life is not at stake.
Right. Yeah. I mean that's the difference. Yeah, that's the main difference is yeah, exactly. She's trying to sell her car to pay for her dad's treatments and everything else. But thanks, Randy, man. I hope you're doing good too, man. I'm doing all right. And if somebody wants to explain whatever this is, I have no idea. It's too early in the morning for that shit. But okay. Mark.
So
on. All right. So, all right, guys. So another thing we're bringing up real quick is debating on doing like an old school headbanger bowl type of rock kind of show. And we got my buddy Melissa Chey, man, from Shay's Rockwear. A lot of people know her from the group, from Shay's Rockwear, from everything else. She's gonna pop on here in a minute, and so we really wanted to catch some feeling on that, let everybody know about that. Not sure how or when or what time yet. We got to figure out all the logistics, but it'll probably be on the weekend at some point, man. So I wanted to kind of throw that out there, bring her on. She's a little beat. She was working the Ozzy tribute show all last night. So
real quick, Jacob, Jacked Up Leather. He just asked to join Bearded Scallywags with Jacked Up Leather. As soon as we're done with this show, I will go approve that, my brother.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah, welcome aboard, man. Welcome aboard. And yeah, we'll approve it if one of the admins didn't already. Let's see. All right, here we go. We got bringing Melissa on now.
Melissa.
Hey, what's going on, Melissa? How you doing?
Doing all right. How are you guys?
Good. So how was that show last night?
It was good, and I'm tired. I went to bed at 4:30. I got up at 5:30.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so I'm a little tired. But it was fun. I sold 12 pieces of jewelry.
You sold what?
I sold 12 pieces of jewelry.
Oh, good. That's cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's cool. Of yours, or like Land of Oz? Like, were they the Land of Oz ones, or were they?
So it was their Black Sabbatars.
Okay.
Black Sabbath Superstars.
Right.
It's very confusing because of the spelling.
Yeah.
But yes, I made a bunch of those logos for necklace keychains, And I did the Land of Oz necklaces and keychains too. So I had like 4 different styles all together, and I made like an overabundance because I wasn't sure how that was going to work, being that they were almost sold out. So
Right.
I wanted to make sure I had enough, because it's better to have enough than not have enough and then not have business.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well, that's cool. That's cool that you sold some out, man. That's cool. I haven't seen him. I went with you last year to see the Land of Oz. And if you're in an area like, he doesn't go everywhere, but if you're in an area like South Jersey, Philly area, Delco, go see this dude. Like, this guy is so good. Like, Ozzy actually requested to meet him. Like,
Yeah.
it was like, I've seen Ozzy a dozen times, man. And like, this dude gives you like the entire Ozzy show. Like, it's now I am curious. So I guess when he does Land of Oz, he usually does Sabbath and Ozzy stuff. So did he only do Sabbath with the one band and then all the Ozzy solo with the other? That's how I'm guessing that went down?
Yeah, so the Sabbath one opened up first, and he played good almost 2 hours just with that band.
Wow.
We thought he would go for like an hour because we knew he had to do a whole other band after that.
Right.
He played that long, and the Land of Oz played those 2 hours. It was a good like 4 hours of nothing but him singing, and I don't even know how he did it.
Wow. Well, even when he did the Land of Oz last time, I was supposed to end at like 11. You know, even like the owner of the place is like looking down. He's still rocking till like 11:45. You know, but in total like Ozzy mode, like let's go, you motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like kept rocking, man. I was blown away. That was a badass show.
Yeah.
That really was. So if
Now-
you're anywhere around where what's his name? Steven Desco's his name. But if you're anywhere around where Land of Oz or Sabbath, or even his Dio, I heard is really good, but I haven't seen that. But he's fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to interject here. You know, I've been playing in rock bands since I was 14 years old. And I've been in a couple of tribute bands and stuff like that. And there are some really kicking tribute bands out there. There's one from Georgia here that's called the Four Horsemen. They're a Metallica tribute band. They're incredible. But you know, I'm going to tell you know, being in a tribute band, that's tough work right there. You know, you want to try to get everything right. I was in a Kiss tribute band way back in the day, and it's so tough to get it right, you know.
Oh,
And
yeah.
when you get it right, and when you see a good tribute band that has gotten it correct, it's almost as good as seeing the real thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and some of the tribute bands actually have members from the like, what was it? Facelift that we went to, Melissa, with the Alice in Chains one, and actually had like the original guitarist from Alice in Chains was actually in it. Is that what it was?
Something like that.
I think it was like the original or one of the older guitarists that was actually in it. So that was kind of cool. You know what I mean? So, but definitely, I love some tribute. I'd never seen one really until she was bringing me around over there, and I can tell you that the Motorhead one, the guy was fantastic. He even came in with the chops and the whole raspy voice and the whole nine. But yeah, I was digging it, man.
Yep.
Well, I was just going to say, like, one of the things when I was doing the Kiss tribute band thing, I did that for about 3 years. And when we first started, you know, my equipment was not, I was doing the whole Gene Simmons thing. My equipment was nothing like Gene Simmons. So I went on the hunt for like an axe bass. And, it becomes kind of a game, man, because like when I finally found an old Kramer axe bass for sale, I snatched it up, and once I brought that axe bass out, people started going, "Oh, okay."
Yeah. Well, that's why that was the reason I bought my first bass was when because there was a time when he used Warlock too, and I bought a Warlock, man, and that Warlock was like, I love that Warlock bass, man.
Well, I'll tell you, the two basses that Gene ever used that I absolutely love. He used to use an old Gibson Grabber, and he used to use the Axe bass, and I could never find a Grabber for less than like $3,000. So I was like, eh.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a little
But-
crazy.
And I'm loving this new. So when we're talking about this show, man, we're talking like kind of old school Headbangers Ball. Me and Melissa both love the old '80s metal, '90s stuff like that. I liked a little more harder stuff. She liked a little more, but I think it'll come together pretty cool as a cool show. You know what I mean? And I'm loving the fact that some of these bands now are bringing back that style. Like that band I told you to listen to the other day, Walker. Morning
High.
Yeah, that band was. It was like you jumped right into like 1987. It was just an old school thrash band that was like young people, and it was cracking me up. But they like literally just jammed, man. Another one, it's got a girl singer I've been digging is but real kind of like 80s, kind of 70s and 80s kind of rock is the what's the name? Too Hot for Leather. They are really jamming too, man. So
Very cool.
so I'm digging it all. I also did not. I fell asleep in the chair last night, so I'm a little messed up this morning.
Well,
And then came
it's
into a
funny
whole bunch of
because
crap to deliver. So
my
my old
fun
ass
of me.
tried to watch a movie, and I woke up 3 o'clock in the goddamn room.
My friends make fun of me because my favorite bands, my top 3 favorite bands of all time. Nobody gives me shit for loving Iron Maiden. That's for sure. But I always get crap because my other 2 are The Sweet and T-Rex. And they always call me an old man.
Oh, you love what you love. I got everything in my music from the Temptations to Slayer to NWA to and I'll just go on a kick. Like here's a band from the past did 2 albums. I'm sorry, they didn't come back out and do another one later on. But Murder Dolls with the they kind of had that old school kind of thrashy punk, man, and it was with oh crap. Now I'm gonna screw up who I'm talking about.
Wasn't that Joey Jordison?
Joey Jordison from Slipknot, and I forgot who the other guy was. But they came together and put this album out called The Murder Dolls, and it was fantastic, man. I jammed that.
Wasn't it
so
Jordison?
much crap in my collection.
Wasn't it Jordison and Twiggy Ramirez?
No, it was somebody else. No, it wasn't Twiggy.
Whoever it was, they were good. I liked them.
Yeah, it was really good. I'll have to find that out. But I know it was Jordison, and they were talking about that because they redid White Wedding from what's his name, and they did like this hardcore punk. I can't even think this morning, but hardcore like punk thrash rock kind of version.
Now
of it.
I'm gonna take a stab, Melissa, at what your favorite bands are. I got 3. Great White, White Lion, and Cinderella.
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head.
There you go. See, Walker follows you.
I like Motley Crue's music. I was always a fan of theirs, but after the last years of what they've been doing, I kind of dropped off the thing there because I don't know what's going on with that. They treated me. I don't know. I'm also a Rolling Stone fan club called Shadow, and it's people from all over the country who come together right here, 15 minutes away from me. It's like a great getaway. It's all week long. So it's Wednesday and it goes all the way to when they go home.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
And
I got to see Rolling Stones was actually my first concert.
Oh wow!
'92, I think. It was my very first show was at the Vet in Philly. It was the Voodoo Lounge tour, on the Voodoo Lounge tour.
That's the tour I saw.
Yeah, that was a great tour. And the funny thing was that Blind Melon actually opened up for him.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And they didn't play the No Rain song with the little bee girl and shit. They didn't even play it because it was raining. It's like, dude, that's the only song anybody knows you guys for. And you don't play the one song that, like, I was blown away. I'm like, I couldn't even believe they didn't, they didn't do that at all, dude. I'm like, wow. And then it took, because it was raining, they constructed this monstrous thing on stage of like rubber mats and stuff. It literally took, by the time they went off, it's pouring rain, it took about an hour and a half before the Stones came on. And I mean, I was young. I was like, what was I, like 17 or something? So I didn't care. But man, they jammed for like 2.5 hours that night, man. They were.
Let me tell you how old I am. My very first concert, 1979, Kiss, Hartford Civic Center.
Yeah, I've never seen Kiss. They're one I wanted to see, and nowadays it's like, not even really worth it. But I wanted to see them. I never seen AC/DC, and who I actually wanted to see and never got to see is Jimmy Buffett. I just always wanted to do that with the whole parrot head thing and all that, but I never got to do
Jimmy
it.
Buffett?
Yeah.
Shit, Buffett put on a great show, man. I got to see him twice, and absolutely fantastic.
Now, another band from the past just announced that they're dropping a double album. Is Corrosion of Conformity, man. I haven't heard them in 20-something years, but they're dropping a double album and a tour with Clutch opening up for them. And if you guys haven't listened to Clutch, man, Clutch is kick some ass.
Oh, wow.
I'll go see that tour just for Clutch.
Yeah, they're that good. Yeah, Clutch is awesome, man.
Are those bands like metal?
Clutch is, yeah, but Clutch is kind of got a lot of groove to it too. Clutch almost has, it's metal, but it's got like an old school kind of bluesy feel to a lot of their music too.
Yeah,
but it's hard,
Real quick, Jacked Up Leather said, Walker, I was a year old that year. Yeah, well, I was 10.
Yeah. Yeah, Walker used to be a roadie for Keith Richards back in like the day.
Oh my god.
Hey, don't give me shit about my dad.
That's it. Keith Richards is fucking immortal, man. He's gonna outlive us all.
Dude,
he's so well preserved.
Yeah, he is. And he's looked the same way my entire life. You know what I mean? Like I had to crack up when I saw a thing that said it was Steve Martin's 75th birthday, which I'm like, I thought he was like 75 in like 1989, dude. He was like with the gray hair and everything. You know what I mean? To know he was only like 30 something then, and he's looked the exact same way as like my entire life, dude. It's unbelievable.
Yep.
well, that's the thing is like Keith Richards, he's looked rough since 1969. But like you get guys like I got to tell you, Steven Tyler, he's the only guy that I know in the rock and roll world that really went from, kind of cool, swaggery to now he looks like
a grandma.
He looks like my cool aunt that bought me my first beer.
Yeah, him and I know it's getting sad, man. Axl Rose out there looking like Benny Hill. I'm like,
oh
God,
yeah,
man.
Benny Hill.
He does though, right? You've seen his. I'm like, Jesus. I'm just waiting for him to like start dancing around and pinching asses and doing all like Benny Hill routine,
Axl
And then he
Rose
gets on stage. He's like, ha 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 ha. I'm like, oh, just stop, dude. Just stop.
Look,
The best was. Go ahead.
Axl Rose looks like a lesbian that owns an antique shop in Vermont.
Yeah, I've seen that meme too. Yeah, he does, man. It's
I saw a funny video where they had Axl Rose live, and it was his vocals, and they mixed it with Mickey Mouse running across the stage.
Oh yeah, I seen that. Yeah, I did see that.
I cannot unhear that.
Yeah. Well, it was I guess a month or two ago. A video came out of like a sound check for Guns N' Roses, and it was like the sound check guy, and he kills it, man. He's like, hits every note on this thing, and then they showed that clip, and then they showed like an hour later of actual singing, and it was like so night and day, man. And it was like, man, you should let the sound check guy sing, would you, man? Jesus, dude.
I'm telling you.
I love some Guns N' Roses, man, but I can't. I'm not dropping $3 to hear that, dude.
Well, I'll be honest. I've always thought Guns N' Roses was overrated as hell.
Yeah. Well, you think that about 95% of bands.
No. But Guns N' Roses was, first album is obviously a classic.
Oh, yeah.
But, they morphed into something that, just was not what they originally set out to be, and it just didn't hit me right.
Yeah, I mean, I like the Use Your Illusion albums too. But yeah, Appetite was definitely the best, But I loved like the Use Your Illusion albums. Then they got into Chinese Democracy and stuff, and that I was like, all right, I tap out.
Dude, but I wouldn't wipe my ass with the Chinese Democracy album.
Yeah, it wasn't too much of a great album, man. But a lot of those bands I tapped out because they keep, that's like the memes with Vince Neil with the looking like the Abominable Snowman. Have you seen those memes? And it shows like the Abominable Snowman dancing on stage and shit. I'm like, come on. Well, what's the concert that's coming out, man? And I saw Tesla and Extreme is open up for him. I would go just for Tesla, and I can't remember who the headlining band was, but I would go for Tesla because Tesla kicks some ass. But I can't remember who the hell that was now.
I can't.
Oh, that was Motley Crue, I think. I think that's Motley Crue with Tesla and Extreme.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, I might have to go see that show because I've never seen Crue, but I might have to go see that show.
Well, I'll tell you, one of the nicest guys I ever met in my life was the bass player from Tesla, Brian Wheat.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's all. I have heard that they were like nice guys. Well, we got Randy R, the original drummer for Guns N' Roses. Steven Adler has a band, and he sounds like Axl used to back in the day. Really, I'll have to check that out, man. I know there were some cool bands that crossed off from it, like Velvet Revolver and stuff like that. And, Slash was doing the Snake Pit and all that for a while, man. They had some good music. Velvet Revolver kicked some ass, man. With Scott Weiland. It was Scott Weiland, right, on vocals and Slash, and they were good.
They were
good.
Mm-hmm.
They were good, but you knew that they were going to fizzle out. Scott Weiland was such a volatile.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah. Well, it's a shame. He's another one we lost way too early, man. What band's cracking me up is Sublime, because they got his son singing now, which sings awesome. But then everybody else is like 68 in the band, and it's like the one young guy, he's got the shirt off and the hair blowing, and then everybody else is like fatter than me and like dancing on stage. I'm like, oh my god, dude! But they sound good, man. Like Sublime, Sublime was another band, dude. I loved back in the day, man. But they were in and out. Oh, hold on, real quick. Gotta answer this one. All right, so actually, Jacked Up Leather, me and Melissa could answer that perfectly because we actually saw the Bullet Boys last year together, and that was actually a pretty good show. It's funny watching him do his little dance in his leather pants and shit now that he's like 70 and shit. But it was a good show. I gotta admit, it was a good show, man. What'd you think, Melissa?
I thought it was really entertaining. They sounded great. I mean, for their age, and they were very energetic too.
Yeah, he still sang very good too. Yeah, the guitar player was new. He was like from England or something. That was up there, but he was cool as hell. He hung out after the show, talking with everybody and signing pics and all kinds of shit. There was a little bit of a mishap at the beginning of the show. I think Mark was pissed off because there was not a lot of people in the audience for this show, and this is like a small like theater, you know what I mean? So the owner had to go get him out. Like I think he was like little not wanting the packed house, and it wasn't. But it was also it was stormy that night too, if I remember right. And the weekend was kind of like a bad weekend, so a lot of people probably stayed home.
The funny thing I find just hilarious about Mark Torian is, you know, back in the 80s, he went from being kind of a almost David Lee Roth type figure to now he looks like my Hispanic next door neighbor. I mean,
Fair enough, man.
he's got a great voice. He's actually a
He
really
still
good
actually does
guitar
too. He
player.
sang really, yeah, and he still actually does. He was singing pretty good. He was getting the crowd rolling and everything, and everything.
And
But it was funny though, and he's like, "Smooth up in ya," you know, and he's got dancing, and he's so small, and he's dancing in his like little leather pants and stuff. And I'm like, dude, Jesus! It was like watch my grandfather dance on stage in leather pants, man.
well,
But he
the thing
he rocked though, man. I'll give him that, man.
is, back in the 80s, he never really played guitar live. He's a pretty good guitar player.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did some of that, I think, right? Didn't he? He played some guitar, I think. So,
Yeah,
coffee with Brewer. Good morning, brother.
Morning, bro.
he was still trying to wiggle his hips like 1986.
Yeah, he was. He was.
Yeah, he wiggled them too hard. He might break it.
Yeah, he was though. He was bringing it, man. I'll give him credit, man. He got up there once they actually hit the stage because there was a long delay. It was like they just played it out, man. They just jammed. So that was pretty cool.
I got to bring this up because I've been seeing them all over the internet. We need to talk about David Lee Roth.
Why? What are you gonna hate on David Lee Roth about, man?
I love Dave. Love Dave. But I'm going to tell you, man.
Dave's TV.
There has to be a point in your life when you've made the millions, you've got the clout, you've got the cash to retire. There's got to be a point where you just have to hang it up, and I think Dave should hang it up.
Dude, there's a lot that should hang it up, man. I agree with you. Come on, Dave. Like, I did think it was funny seeing him in the festive ugly sweater. I saw that float around this week, and it said, "Yeah, I fucked all your grandmas."
Yeah.
Which, come on, man, that's funnier than hell, man. That had me dying, man.
Hell, I need that sweater.
I mean, I'm always the old singer in all the bands. I'm a Bon Scott guy for AC/DC, man, and I'm a David Lee Roth and Van Halen, man. Now, do I love Brian Johnson and I love the Sammy Hagar stuff? Yeah, but it's just like, I don't know. I'm more prone. Like, I could sit and rock Bon Scott, AC/DC all day long. Like, you know what I mean? And it's just like, don't get me wrong, and Brian Johnson too. Some of the albums, once they started getting mid '80s, they were coming out with like some kind of crappier albums. But that was like Kiss when they went through that whole lick it up, all that kind of shit they were putting out. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
When Kiss decided to throw on a bunch of pink chiffon, yeah.
Heaven's on fire. But now I can actually listen to more of it, man. But
the problem with, you know, when you first get into a band and they've got like the original singer, you know, and then it's always tough when they transition to somebody new. I thought Brian Johnson did a bang up job he did a bang up job up until about the Fly on the Wall album, and then it just kind of fell off.
Yeah, that's about when. Yeah, that's about when. Yeah, I didn't dig some of those like mid 80 albums, but then they came out with like Razor's Edge, whenever that was, like 80, 89, 90, whatever that was. But that was a kick-ass album.
Honestly, I thought that their last album was pretty bad. Power Up or whatever it's called. You know, but you know, you're talking about, you know, a guy he's 77 years old.
Yeah, exactly. You know.
And
my grandparents were 77, they listened to Lawrence Welk. So I mean,
and that's the thing. I've heard people, you know, they're getting on Angus Young because he doesn't, you know, run around anymore. You wouldn't run around either if you were 72 fucking years old.
Dude, I'm 50 years old. I got to sit at the edge of my bed and talk to my knees for 5 minutes before I even think of getting out of that motherfucker. There ain't no damn way I can imagine being 77, stripping down and spinning around on the floor with a guitar and shit. I would never get up. I'd fall the fuck off stage. I'd be that guy. I would just be walking right off stage. So, one other interesting kind of news, man, and then get to Melissa with her groups real quick too, but because I didn't realize it's 10:30. Holy crap, I got to get off of here soon. But I saw one interesting story. I didn't really vet it, but I saw it in two different spots that Metallica is considering releasing the unwritten Ghost song that they called it for years. It was a song that was written for Ride the Lightning that Hetfield wrote for a best friend of his that killed himself. But he could never put it on the album, and they could never play it live because I think they tried once and he broke down, and they just omitted it from like playing it live. I thought that was interesting that they're debating on releasing that song too. You know,
Hey man, I honestly had never heard that story. But if they can release it and whatever, great.
Yeah. So now, Melissa, go ahead and plug your groups real quick too, with the groups you're working with. So I know you're in the Great White. You're running the Great White page.
So, Jack Russell's Great White Shark Tank. I'm running. Then I have my, which is Shay's Custom Rockwear, and then I have a fun little music page called Melissa Music Room where we all get together and post, and we get to see funny memes on the side of concerts and updates and news stuff like that. So
Yeah. And I'm in all the groups. The groups are fun, especially I think I contribute more to Melissa's music room than the other ones. But and it's Shay's Rockwear. She makes the coolest, and she's done them for Scallywags, so anybody that can remember. But she made us some badass bracelets and chains and stuff like that. Plus, do you still do where you can put people's pictures and stuff in, or you don't do that anymore?
Yeah, I mean, I can do pretty much any image. It's just, I have the people send them to me so I can tell them whether or not I can do it, because sometimes if there's a lot in it, the smaller I shrink it, because it has to fit in a 1-inch pendant, it shrinks it to the point where you can't touch. So the less detail in the image is, the better,
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Mark is saying he's got, well, yeah, that's right. You got the necklace, bro. Yeah, I got the necklace, the bracelet. They are badass. Go check out Shay's Rockwear. And actually, her T-shirts and everything are actually still on the Scallywags website if you want to rock out to a badass rock shirt.
I have to.
Mug.
I haven't.
That's it.
Well,
the tumbler, the coffee tumbler. They bought me the tumbler, and that's all I got. And then my dad, he bought the shirt, and then I never actually bought anything else.
Oh shit! I'll have to send you the shirt. I'll send you the shirt.
Well, you'll have to send me the link again because I lost it somewhere. I have to.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll send it to you. Yeah.
Yeah, it was pinned.
Yeah, because that's all still up there with the shirt, the mug.
Yeah, it was pinned to my Facebook page, and then I took it down because I wanted to pin something else, and then I lost it.
That's cool. But yeah, so anyway, guys, I got to be hopping off here in a minute, but I wanted to pop in and keep an eye out for this show with me and Melissa, man, and we might even be able to get some some cool guests on there. Walker's probably pop in with us and talk some shop, but definitely, maybe we can get some.
I will definitely try to get. Like I told you, I've reached out to my brother. I got a good friend of mine, Chris Holmes, and I'll see what I can do.
Yeah, I'd love to have Chris on, man. So I know he's busy right about now because who's he touring with now?
Well, he's touring. He's got his band Mean Man, and he's got another band just called Holmes, and he's based in France right now, but he's doing a lot of tours, a lot of touring in Europe. And matter of fact,
isn't he touring though with like Don Dokken or something? He's touring with
no. Be quite honest with you, Chris is doing, 400 seat bars.
Okay.
But
I thought he was touring with somebody. I thought I saw something on Facebook that he was signed on to open act for somebody that was big.
well,
The Holmes band.
he may have. I haven't talked to him in a bit. I need to actually talk to him. But you know, he and his wife are really good friends of mine. Matter of fact, it's funny because you know, if you go to my Facebook, you know, when you go to info, like about me, he's him and his wife are the only family listed.
There you
But
go.
he's being inducted into the Heavy Metal Hall of Fame in L.A., which is well deserved. And he's actually going to be inducted by Carlos Cavazo.
Mm.
Cool. That's cool, man.
Roll Hall of Fame that Pat runs.
The what now?
Now, there's a guy. I don't know how to say his last name. It's like, I don't know. It starts with a G, I believe, but his first name is Pat, and he runs the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, I believe, out there. And I was wondering if that's the same one.
It may be that I know that they're calling it the Heavy Metal Hall of Fame.
I think there is a heavy metal version of it, a heavy metal one too. Yeah.
You know, but Chris is like I said, it's been a long time coming. He's finally getting some sort of recognition, which is cool. And you know, so when I get more information on that, I'll shoot it over to you, Melissa.
Okay, yeah, that's cool.
And the other thing too was that the funny thing that happened this week was the official Ozzy Osbourne store completely and utterly giving the finger to Roger Waters and drop that shirt is the funniest thing I have seen. It literally has got Roger Waters' album on the front with graffitied Ozzy rules across it. And on the back is literally Ozzy pissing a rainbow on the wall. You know, so it threw in Dark Side of the Moon, The Wall, Roger Waters solo. The fact that that's the official Ozzy store is
And
just
there's another
like when I
prick in
saw
the
that,
wall.
I thought it was just some dude that like made this shirt. You know what I mean? And then I'm like, no, that's the official fucking Ozzy Osbourne merchandise store. I'm like, that was fantastic, man. I hope it's still up. I want to order it, but they said it was only going to be up for a few days. But just the fact that they shot back at him like that is hysterical to me, man.
Yeah, that was great.
And kudos to Youngblood again, man. I know I've given this kid a lot of kudos, but to get Aerosmith back in and do a 5-song EP is pretty cool, man. And that one song I've heard from it is fantastic. Mm-hmm. So I haven't heard the other ones yet, but that's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's good. He's good at what he does. That's for sure.
Well, and he keeps true to he keeps respect to the old guys too. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like he brings a lot of that back. So like a lot of people shitted on him because of, you know, his Ozzy performance at the VMAs. I thought he did it perfect, man. He's like came out there, no shirt, rocked it out, and fucking. Right. What'd you want him to do? Like, you know what I mean?
I keep the 80s alive. I mean.
Yeah, and then the one guy from the Darkness, who all 10 people who've ever listened to them, you know, following along. It's like, this guy, really? You're going after him because of that performance, man? Blew me away.
Well, this is the thing. You know, everybody's giving Youngblood shit because he's quote unquote riding on coattails. This is the fact of the matter is, for one, the kid's talented, but two, you know, these artists that he's supposedly, you know, riding their coattails, they fucking love the guy.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. Ozzy loved Youngblood, like, you know what I mean. So it was like, if Ozzy could have handpicked somebody to do it, it was him. You know what I mean. So
yeah, but that's my point. Is that, you know, these people want to give this kid shit, but it's like, you know what? He's being endorsed by the very people that he's being accused of riding their coattails. So that just makes your fucking argument null and void.
Yeah, and if anybody wants a cool video to see with him too, go on YouTube and check out type in Youngblood and Offspring, where he came out and rocked Self-Esteem with Offspring. Absolutely fantastic video clip. So, but
Hell
all
yeah.
right, guys, I'm gonna hop off of here. But listen, go check out Shay's Rockwear. Go check out her stuff, man. She makes some badass stuff. Melissa's Music Room. Uh, Jack Russell's Great White. Make sure it's the Jack Russell one. Not no imposters, man. Go to the real one. If you dig some Great White, some awesome groups, stay tuned for us. But listen, you got anything else you wanted to shout out?
I think we covered everything. I think we did good.
Awesome, and be on the lookout. And honestly, if you guys got an idea of like what, like we gonna figure out what time to do it, because it'll probably be on the weekend, stuff like that. How to do it, whether it'll be live like this or do a premiere like Leads and Lures and film it and put it up. So we got some stuff. If you guys got anything, man, feedback, let us have it, man. See what everybody's thinking. So.
And let me just say, Melissa, it was a pleasure. I'm so thankful that you came on. Absolutely. Welcome back anytime.
It was nice meeting you. Finally,
You too.
That's it.
fun.
That's it. All right, guys, keep crushing it. Keep it scallywag. Make sure you get in on that giveaway too, man. That not giveaway, the waffle. Yep. All right, much love.
Bye.
Bye. All right, guys. We are at an hour and 11 minutes. It is time for me to get my day started here at the house. I appreciate each and every one of you that popped in and said hello and hung out with us. Absolutely. This is probably one of my favorite shows that I do, and it's all because of y'all. And if you catch this on the replay, thank you. And get in on that waffle over in Bearded Scallywags, going for a good cause. And you can really, there's a huge chance to win some really cool shit. So, also, go to beardedscallywags.com and get you some merch. Every little bit of support helps keep content like this going. Have a great Saturday, and remember that you fucking matter.